We have been happy to participate in the Student Employment Enhancement efforts, or also known as SEE. Here at the Mills International Center, we have 2 professional staff and 24 student workers. And a large part of my job is to hire, train, support, and supervise those students. So I was really excited when SEE came about and I had some resources for looking at how we could improve our work here with our student employees. One of the concepts that I wanted to engage further that came out through the SEE Essentials and Enhancement checklists was the idea of setting performance expectations, communicating performance expectations in the beginning of students' employment, as opposed to later on when, oops, they violated something that they didn't know was an expectation. I was looking through the SEE enhancement checklists and I noticed a couple things. One, they suggest using student employees themselves to identify the areas for training and development, and to use students potentially as the trainers of the new hires. So I turned the task over to one of our senior staff members, Matias Vervigio, who had been on staff for 3 years and had held different positions, and I knew that he was starting a 3-hour shift that might be slow. So I asked him if he wanted to take on this task.
So Sarah explained to me what SEE was and asked me to create a document that would welcome new staff here and set an expectation of what the work culture is like here. I love meeting new people and making people feel welcomed, and since it was our new staff, I wanted to make something special. Just because without them, without us staff, we wouldn't have the Mills International Center. And I feel that making sure new staff feels welcome is definitely a first step to making our visitors feel welcome. When I was making this document, I was thinking of all the good memories and lessons I've learned here, and I wanted to capture the essence of the Mills Center to get staff excited about working here. This place is quite inspirational, and with such a space, it's easy to capture the glimpses of the great times we've had here.
There are many cultures that live in our center. Be aware of them, respect them, and most importantly, learn from them. We all have different perspectives on life, and we've all had different teachings. We provide a space where people can mix. The Mills is a home away from home for many students. We have the awesome job of taking care of this place. Clean, organize, and be familiar with all of it. We are a place of many resources. Not only our books, magazines, DVDs, CDs, and games, but our stories. Running such a special place requires work. We have fun, but we know when there is something that needs to get done, we do it. The Mills Center is one big family which extends far beyond the current employees.
So what we see here is that our students are benefiting, but so are we as supervisors. So in this case, the task got done rapidly, it got done well by an experienced student staff member rather than by one of us. So not only that, but Monty added a couple of elements that we hadn't thought of. A couple of my favorite things about that document are this: that our stories are among our resources, and we lend our stories. And that, yes, we have fun and we enjoy each other, but when there's work to do, we are on it. Those things are part of the Mills culture, but they had never been written down before. And Monty did that.
It has been a joy to work with the student employment enhancement efforts. I really appreciate having resources, both kind of documents, examples, as well as other staff who are doing this work on campus that I can connect to and ask questions and brainstorm solutions. We've seen the improvements within our staff. We hear it in their stories. We know that it's working by the way that they talk about the reflections over their time working here, and as we see them leaving their employment and getting jobs and being able to talk in their interviews when they're being hired or being interviewed after graduation, they can use specific examples of the skills that they learned while working with us that applies to their future work.
So this started out as a C checklist experiment, but it ended up adding a really useful piece to our training process. So I would say to other supervisors out there, give it a whirl and let us know what happens.